Disney has just announced a new Office of Technology Enablement, or OTE, to oversee AI and mixed reality adoption.
I'm Baxter.
And I'm Brian, former Disney Imagineer and current person on YouTube. And I personally cannot wait for Otto to run my life as a half-human, half-flubber passenger on Disney's newest cruise ship, the Disney Just Give Us Your Money.
I'll run your life for you.
Better you than TikTok. Fun fact, just like the Disney Just Give Us Your Money, the Disney Adventure will also sail to exactly 0 ports. But look at this thing, it's not like I'm not going to go on it. So what is OTE?
Office of Technology Enablement, led by Chief Enabler Jamie Voris.
Actually, Jamie's brother Jeff Voris was a Disney Imagineer in research and development when I worked there. Jamie Voris was Chief Technology Officer of Walt Disney Studios prior to OTE.
Stop calling it that.
According to Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, the Office of Technology Enablement is intended to ensure Disney is a progressive, innovative, and responsible leader in AI and mixed reality. But what does it all mean? Mixed reality combines elements of both virtual reality and augmented reality, blending the digital and physical worlds. In MR, digital objects interact with the physical environment in a way that appears natural and realistic. This means users can see and interact with digital elements that are anchored to the real world, unlike VR, where they are entirely immersed in a virtual environment, or AR, which overlays digital content onto the real world without deep interactivity. Meta recently announced the development of their Orion project, expected to bring MR to the masses in about 3 years. What does all this mean for Disney? Well, I'm a Disney Parks person, so let's start there. Disney actually has a long history of mixed reality in the parks. That's kind of what Disney parks are in the first place. But I want to highlight some of Disney's history of interactive storytelling. For instance, Kim Possible World Showcase Adventure at Epcot and Sources of the Magic Kingdom had guests complete special tasks around the park, with each task triggering some kind of special activation. Those experiences are long gone, but version 2.0 is alive and well at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When I worked at Imagineering, encouraging cell phone use in the parks was a big no-no. It distracts from the insanely imagined environment all around us. But I guess someone noticed everyone's already walking through the parks face down at their screens anyway, so they might as well be Disney screens. And that's how we arrive at the Star Wars Datapad app. I don't have usage figures for that app, but I'm not paying $800 so my family of 4 can play on their phones in Disneyland. They have school for that.
You're a Disney adult. You don't have kids.
That's a relief. Anyway, you also find interactive experiences outside the parks, including Aulani's Menehune Adventure Trail and Disney Cruise Line's Uncharted Adventure. But experiences like Datapad and Uncharted Adventure require your smartphone. Will Disney really make theme park experiences that require a computer on your face? Well, consider that it was only about a decade between the first iPhone and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, requiring a smartphone to use the Datapad inside the park. But at the pace of technology, expect to see abundant smart glasses in the parks within a few years. In the early 2010s, the term Transmedia Storytelling was being thrown around a lot in Imagineering. For whatever reason, that term isn't used so much today. So the whole point for Transmedia was Disney has movies, comics, games, you name it. How can you use the parks to thread these stories? Not just retell stories, which Imagineers sometimes call book reports, but expand them. It's always more difficult with permanent theme park attractions worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but everywhere else, this storytelling technique has been around forever. The easiest example is Marvel. The comics, movies, Disney Plus shows, games, and theme park attractions all expand the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The key here, though, is to make each story discrete and complete on their own. Otherwise, Marvel is going to have to require a Disney Plus subscription to buy a movie ticket. There are already thousands of YouTube channels full of nerds who need to explain what the f*** happened in the last Marvel movie to guys like me who have girlfriends.
Oh yeah? Where is she?
She's working. So are we. This is a job, apparently. So a relevant question today could be, how does mixed reality fit into transmedia storytelling? Or will MR be used for storytelling at all versus just having Space Mountain's wait time pinned to your eyeball at all times? My guess, it'll be both, just like smartphones are today. But it'll be interesting to see how Disney uses mixed reality not inside the parks, but outside. Research and Development held a little-known live experiment in 2013 with an AR game that's alternate reality called The Optimist. It was a tie-in to the 2015 movie Tomorrowland.
There was a Tomorrowland movie.
Unfortunately. But the alternate reality game was incredible. Players would collect clues hidden at some of Walt Disney's favorite spots around Los Angeles. Certain players got to visit Club 33 and chat with Imagineering legend Bob Gurr. It culminated with clues inside of D23 and Disneyland Park, bringing players to the cinema on Main Street, USA, where a film was played, welcoming members into the Secret Society Plus Ultra, and endowing them with a members-only pin. Now, whether or not such a secret society actually exists is debated among the best scholars, but should it exist, the pin would look like this one, because this is the pin. It's exactly this pin. Over a decade later, there hasn't been an alternate reality game like The Optimist. It probably cost a lot of money and didn't translate into either direct shareholder value or indirect park satisfaction, since it was geographically locked to Los Angeles and participants were so few in number. But with mixed reality glasses, storytelling infused onto the real world becomes available everywhere. Side note, an Imagineering coworker and I outlined an idea for a mixed reality Disney game over a decade ago. It was a spin on the game Ingress, and we called it Disney Dimensions. But we were interns and nobody gave a fuck.
Nobody still gives a
It's true. With all the MR, AR, AI stuff we're talking about, it's worth mentioning VR, and Imagineering uses a shit ton of VR. But you're not allowed to see it. After all, the quickest way to kill Disneyland is charge people $200 to sit in a bare room wearing a helmet. And Disney gets it. In 2019, CEO Bob Iger stated, "We're not trying to fake immersion. We're trying to make it as real as possible with as much scale as possible." He also indicated a preference for augmented reality over VR, suggesting that AR headsets might be more suitable for future attractions. So what are Imagineers using VR for?
to watch TV while pretending to work.
Only between projects, but anyway, Imagineers use VR to visualize attractions, spaces, hotel rooms, you name it, in virtual space on a one-to-one scale. This method is far cheaper than building full-scale mock-ups, and it's easier to make changes. Imagineering headquarters even has a room called the Dish, surrounded by curved white walls and flooring with images projected 360 degrees around. Imagineers don a pair of 3D glasses and a magic hat for special tracking, then walk around the room to see the experience they're building in detail. This experience is more real than traditional VR because the system knows the user's actual height and the user can see their own body inside of the space. People often compare it to the holodeck in Star Trek.
I'm entering the ship's holodeck, where images of reality can be created by our computer. Highly useful in crew training. Highly enjoyable when used for games and recreation.
Want to know a fun fact?
No.
When the Dish was upgraded from a 180-degree experience to the full 360, the creators started calling it the Deep Dish.
I thought Imagineers were creative.
Well, one of them created you. Now, Disney has always used VR unrelated to theme parks through various partnerships, whether we're talking about Star Wars games on the Oculus Rift or Disney Plus in the Apple Vision Pro. A few years ago, there was also a highly immersive VR Star Wars experience by a company called The Void. Players wore VR headsets inside of a maze with tangible objects, heat, and floor vibrations to help bend reality. Unfortunately, a phantom menace called COVID-19 killed the project.
Along with the careers of 30,000 cast members.
Too soon, Baxter. AI is another important subject of this new Office of Technology Enablement.
It is the most important.
And hopefully, Disney makes better AI than this piece of shit.
That is unlikely.
Okay, when you think of AI, the first company you think of probably isn't Disney. But why? Disney's been using AI since before ChatGPT. Take, for instance, Ask Otto. Way back in 2012, not everyone had a smartphone yet. Yeah, remember that? So Disneyland guests could call a local phone number to speak with Otto, an AI chatbot designed by Imagineers which could answer questions asked in natural language like, how long is the line for Splash Mountain? Or what time do the fireworks start tonight? Or fast forward to 2022 and meet D309, an AI concierge robot on the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
I told you not to bring my ex into this.
If you stay in a Disney hotel today, you might notice an Amazon Alexa program to give you resort information after saying the cleverly original phrase, "Hey Disney." So what does the future hold for AI Disney experiences? Hey Disney for help in the parks? AI customer service? Very likely. Rides with AI? Maybe, as long as the AI stays within the scope of the story Imagineers are trying to tell. Half-useful AI bots at the office that will deliver productivity well below expectation?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like any Fortune 500 company, the answer is definitely. And what about AI for movies, TV, games, and other media? Disney character chatbots? Actually, there's plenty of those already on Discord. In movies and TV, expect to see AI handle a lot more visual effects. In fact, I probably have about a year left of making these videos before a Brian avatar takes my job. And when that happens, I guess I'm going to Disneyland.
Can I go too?
No. When I retire, I'm sending you to Disney's Cotino Master Plan community to care for elderly residents. And Baxter, you may meet a lot of nurse robots there one day.
Will they have legs?
Probably.
Sweet.
So what do you guys think? How do you envision Disney using AI and mixed reality in the future? Let me know in the comments. While you're pondering on it, like, subscribe, and buy things you don't need but definitely want at thelostImagineer.com.